Welcome back, everyone. This is Dave from the Korman Productions Deep Dive TV podcast. My co-host Stacie here to talk about Revival, Season 1, Episode 8, titled A Rose and a Thorn. The episode's description reads as follows. The past collides with the present as Dana and Em piece together Revival Day's origins. The series was created by Aaron Kuntz and Luke Boyce, and the episode was written by Aaron Kuntz and Luke Boyce. The episode was directed by Samir Rahem. Before we go further, I'll tell you a couple things. One, this is not a support-free podcast. If you haven't watched the episode, I highly recommend you go and check it out, and then come back and give us a listen. Secondly, if you're listening on the platforms that this podcast is now available on, please follow, and feel free to check out our YouTube channel, Korman Productions, where additional content can be discovered. If you're already on our YouTube channel, please like, share, and comment, and subscribe to our channel. All right, Stacie, your thoughts on this week's episode?
I really liked it. It's a little bit different tone than the other episodes, so this is mostly a flashback. And then we do get some present day stuff. Present day being 2008. No, but I really liked it. I liked that we're answering some questions, right? It's like we have all of this stuff we're trying to piece together, and as the characters are piecing it together, they're giving us a bigger picture of here's some of the events that led to where we are today.
Right.
And I like that. I like when they're like, okay, let's go back and just reframe what you know.
Initially, the first time I watched this, okay, so we're going to stick in the past. We're going to basically do a totally flashback episode. And then we're flashing forward, and then we're in present day. I wasn't sure how I initially felt about that. But when I rewatched it, basically I enjoyed it quite a bit more because I realized that this was basically the definitive Jesse Blackdeer story. This was all about Jesse Blackdeer and his relationship with Rose and finding closure. And when I realized that, I liked it quite a bit more than I initially was. But yeah, we got some answers this week. We got some little interesting shadings here with a couple of characters. Definitely some interesting stuff here. And Aaron Kuntz has stated this is one of his favorite episodes of the season.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to say before diving in?
Do we have any shout-outs this week?
None that I recorded. I don't think anybody commented on the video yet. And I didn't look into anything else, but yeah.
Okay.
Nope, no shout-outs this week that I can think of.
Well, we can shout out to our new friends.
Oh, yes, they were in Comic-Con this week. The Aaron Kuntz and Luke Boyce, they were all in Comic-Con. We just recently interviewed Michael Stafford and
Sheldon Garland.
And that was a pretty insightful interview. Lots of backstage stories, so you should definitely check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, check out the interview and our interview before that, which was with Aaron and Luke. And our interview before that, which was with Heather. And again, like you just said, they were at Comic-Con, so there's all kinds of really cool content out there about Comic-Con this week.
Yep.
They did panels and interviews and tons of press photos. They did a spread for Entertainment Weekly. Like what?
Right.
All kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you check that out.
Absolutely.
And all right, so let's talk about A Rose and a Thorn.
All right, so diving in. The episode begins 2 years before Revival Day at a bowling alley where Em and her mom is hanging out. Now, I thought her mom might actually be a bigger part of the story, but she's pretty much just in this one scene. In fact, I think Em is only in this scene. We don't see her again for the rest of the episode, I'm pretty sure.
We don't see her again in the flashback.
Right, that's what I mean.
Right. So yeah, they're kind of I think in one hand they're just kind of showing how these stories intersect, right? They're there the same time as Rose and Jesse.
Yeah.
So they're not just like, oh, let's forget about the cypresses and here's the Blackdeer story.
Yes.
They're framing it as like, yeah, this is all happening in the same town.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But also I kind of like that we got to see Patty again.
Yes.
Obviously. Nice to see her again. And it's telling us she was still alive at this point. We know she's going to die soon after this.
Right.
And you had a question, I think like the week before that, you were saying like, oh, 2 years ago, that's like the same thing. Are these related? And we're kind of told, well, not really. She didn't die like the same week Rose did.
Right, yeah.
But she had to have died soon after this. And it's still, I think that still could be something about like how, I feel like that still could be part of the story, is more surrounding how she died, but I'm not sure what.
Yes, the what is still something that we question even after this episode on a lot of fronts. But yes, so...
They're arguing. Well, not arguing.
They're not arguing. They're talking.
They're having a conversation. So
yeah.
M's getting ready to move into the dorms, or she's getting ready to start college, and they haven't told Wayne about it yet.
Yes.
So they're talking about how Wayne is going to react to the news of M wanting to live in a dorm and not live at home.
Well, knowing Wayne as I do, I'm going to guess the reaction would not be very good. I think M is pretty much right here that he's not going to react well to this news. Similar to how, actually, it's an interesting parallel between how Wayne would probably react to M in this situation as Jesse reacts to Rose leaving. So there's like a kind of like a connection there as well.
And M has bangs. That's
Yes.
how they're showing us that she's
Yeah.
2 years younger. She does look very different with her hair different.
She definitely does. And yeah, basically her mom says, your dad just worries about you. Em is worried about her, Wayne coming on campus and dragging her off. Probably breaking bones in the process, by the way. And he says that, Wayne just worries about you. And Em asks, do you worry about me? And her mom says, no, because you are my miracle baby and you're the strongest person that she knows. They overhear a conversation with Rose Blackdeer and Jesse Blackdeer. An argument, really. She wants to leave, but if she does so, they will lose the land back to the government. Jesse starts to get heated, and Rose says, hey, calm down. We'll talk about this later. Of course, I don't think Rose has any intention of having that conversation, as we will later see.
So Rose is working at the bowling alley. This is really like shitty of him as a dad. Like, I'm going to come to your place of work and argue with you while you're working.
Yeah.
He should have waited till she got home after her shift. So
yes.
I don't blame her for the let's talk about this later.
No, of course not.
You said, this is kind of mirroring what's happening with what would be happening in the background with Em and Wayne. But for me, this really mirrored the very first scene where we met Wayne and Dana.
Okay, yes.
So remember, Dana was ready to leave.
About ready to leave, yes.
And he's like, why didn't you tell me you're leaving? So this is almost the same conversation.
Yes.
Where Jesse just found out Rose is planning on moving away. And he's like, why didn't you tell me? Why did you tell Uncle Don and not me?
Right.
And I feel like that's definitely intentional. That we're like, hey, look, like these families are running similar paths. They're not all that different from each other.
Right. Different cultures, maybe, but really when it comes down to it, it's all the same thing. We cut to Rose and Kay. They are very much a romantic couple.
May.
Okay, so later on I started correcting that in my notes.
Yes,
but I forgot
May
to go back.
and Kay are different characters.
Yes.
Let's not confuse them.
Right.
This would be a very different story if Kay was part of this.
Yes.
It might be funnier.
All right, so yes, you called it last week. They are in fact a romantic couple.
Yes, they're talking and they're cuddling and they're talking about moving to Chicago.
Yes,
which I'm pretty sure that is also the same place Dana was trying to move to. Is it not?
I don't remember exactly. I don't think she had a specific. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I meant to go back and look, but I didn't. She was going to take a security job. And when she's on the phone with them, she's looking at, like, something on her desk that says the town. And I'm pretty sure it was Chicago. Okay.
But I could be wrong. But the real-world answer of why we're leaving Wausau and going to Chicago, that's, like, the dream.
By the way, did I pronounce that at the beginning right?
You did.
I did, okay.
You did!
All right.
Do you need a gold star?
Maybe I do.
Okay. So, the real-world, the meta reason for this is Tim Seeley, who wrote this story, for the comics. Grew up in Wausau, Wisconsin, and he left Wausau for Chicago.
Gotcha.
So that's his story.
Okay.
So that's, what Rose is trying to do, and I'm pretty sure that's the same thing Dana was trying to do, was go to Chicago. And I looked it up. Wausau and Chicago is about a 4-hour drive from each other.
May is basically like, hey, maybe we should slow your roll a little bit, let your dad get acclimated to this idea, but nope. Rose says they're going to leave tomorrow on a train to Chicago. Basically, she says if we wait around for a little bit, then a little bit is going to become quite a bit longer. And then the next thing you know, they never leave.
Yeah, and apparently there's a place. They already found a place they want to live in Chicago.
Okay.
And she says if we don't secure it, someone else is going to rent it.
Right.
So she's like, I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to go get that apartment for us.
All right. So, late at night, we see Rose gathering some money from her trailer and is intercepted by her Uncle Don, who asks her where she's going.
I thought that was Jesse.
Was it Jesse? Because I thought it was
I
Don.
thought it was Jesse.
Okay. Either way, I was actually a little confused on that point. I thought it was Don because he was coming out of his trailer, and later we see Jesse living somewhere else.
Well, they all live on the same property.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? Like, this is this is their land.
Jesse seems to be living in a house.
Jesse lives in the main house. Rose has a trailer. Don has a trailer.
Gotcha. And we see him coming out of the trailer. That's why I assumed it was Don.
I could have swore it was Jesse.
I mean...
But it was a really fast scene and it was dark. So.
Right, yeah. I mean, basically, and we don't even really see this conversation continue the next time.
No, I took it as like, hey, they're about to have a big argument about her leaving.
Okay.
And then, like, the idea is, oh... Are we supposed to suspect that he killed her because she's leaving?
Gotcha.
Thinking Jesse.
So they were trying to fool us into thinking that perhaps he did in fact kill Rose.
I mean, he's the suspect, right?
Right. I never believed it, though. Throughout this episode, I'm pretty sure, like, nah.
I don't think he'd have risked his life to come back looking for her.
Right.
If he killed her.
Right. So yeah, we see her at a bus stop, like one of those little places where you sit and wait for the bus to come.
That is what a bus stop is.
Yes. Well, I'm used to seeing like bus stations where you wait from that, and not just like the little place where you sit and then.
No, she's just trying to get on a city bus,
right?
To get to the train station.
Yes.
She's not trying to get on a Greyhound.
Gotcha.
She's just trying to get from their land to town to get to the train station.
So we see a car drive up.
A blue car.
It's someone that Rose recognizes. He talks to her and asks if she wants to have a lift. We have ominous music suggesting that something really bad is about to happen.
Yeah.
And then we have our credits.
And this could have been where we cut the flashback, right? Because episode 6 started with a flashback.
Yes.
That only lasted until the credits.
Right.
So when we come back, I was confused for a beat, thinking this was modern day.
Yes.
But guess who's there? Officer Brent, alive and well.
Yes.
So we're still in the past.
Yes. So the last time we saw Brent, he was looking very, very dead with a very, very smashed in face. But yes, Jesse is trying to talk to Dana at the police station and is intercepted by Dana, who agrees to talk to him. At first he's intercepted by a bunch of like cops.
Brent's trying to stop. That's important to know once we know where this is going.
Right.
Brent is trying to stop Jesse and Dana from communicating,
and he will continue to do that throughout the episode.
Yeah.
We're told it's been 72 hours since Rose went missing, so this is like 3 days later.
Right.
He feels something bad happened to her. Usually that's the case, but if she had gotten on that bus and then gone to Chicago, she would still be missing for 3 days at this point.
Right, but it seems like Dana thinks she just, like, dude, she's in Chicago.
Right.
She's like, we let the authorities in Chicago know, but the kind of assumption I think at this point is, yeah, she ran away, and she just hasn't contacted you. That's, like, fine, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they don't think there's a crime or anything happening.
Dana, though, promises not to give up on this case. A little while later, she's at her desk when Brent pays her a little visit. He's being his usual doopy self, talking about bowling.
And he brought her a candy bar from the vending machine. He teaches her the trick on how to get the vending machine to work, which comes up later or before when Dana tells Em how to get the candy.
Right. And we also see it performed in this episode by Dana later.
Right. So that all came from Brent and his bowling techniques.
Gotcha. I mean, he did something good in his life.
Taught you how to get chocolate.
Yeah. So, he lets her know that Jesse was witnessing yelling at Rose at the bowling alley. Later on, we will know that he basically is there almost every day. So my thought is perhaps that Brent was there witnessing this argument.
Right. Probably.
And she did buy a ticket to Chicago, but never got on the bus.
The train, rather.
Right, yes.
Right. So now it's not just, she's in Chicago and we don't know what happened after that, but we know she never made it to Chicago because her ticket was never scanned.
So Dana goes to the same little area,
The
bus stop. Yes.
Which I'm not sure why she knew to look there. I guess the assumption is just how was she going to get to town? She had to take the bus.
Yeah, perhaps. She's looking around for clues. She finds something of roses. I don't think we ever even get a good...
It's a piece of cloth. I think it's a part of the same shirt that we find.
Okay.
The evidence shirt from later. It's like a ripped piece of her shirt, I think.
She ends up finding this in the snow. She calls Brent and says she thinks her missing persons case has now just become a homicide. They go and talk to Jesse at his house.
Yeah, we've got a whole team. We've got Dana, Brent, and a bunch of other cops.
She has a warrant, and they need to search the trailer and his entire house.
Yeah, he thinks they're just there to look through the trailer for clues, and she's like, nah, I need to look in the house. And
yeah,
this is when Jesse realizes, like, oh, wait, you're not just here looking for Rose. What's happening? And he looks very confused. Dana, you can tell she feels really bad about this.
Yeah, she even apologizes for it, looks regretful, but at the end of the day, she still does her job.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they should have searched the whole premises anyways if they legit think, like, she's a missing person.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe potentially find Rose somewhere on the premises. Maybe hiding somewhere.
Balloon Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you know that story?
I don't actually.
I just watched the Netflix train wreck on it.
Okay.
Recently.
What is that story?
So, I think it was about this time, 2008, actually.
Okay.
And it was this little boy, and the family built. Here's the crash course on this story. The family built. They built a UFO.
Okay.
Out of like mylar balloon type material. Okay. And they launched it, and they thought the boy, their 6-year-old boy, was inside it. And it went on an adventure, and the whole country tracked it, and they thought the boy's in it, and then finally it comes down, and the boy's not in it. And then it turns out the boy was hiding in the attic the whole time.
Okay.
So he was in the house.
When was this?
I think it was 2008.
Okay.
And then the twist is that there's suspicion that the family staged the whole thing for publicity.
Okay.
Because of something the boy said in an interview. And then they're like, he's 6. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
6-year-olds say dumb things.
Yeah. So it's the whole controversy is, was he just hiding in the attic, or did the family tell him to hide and the family knew the whole time he wasn't in danger?
I could see going either way.
That's the story. So there's
Gotcha.
a Netflix train wreck special on it. Go watch that.
I think I might now. Now that you told me that story. Were you aware of that when it was going on?
I feel like I have some vague recollection of it, but it's not something I was paying attention to.
Gotcha. So they go inside, and she finds a bunch of letters. Brent comes out with a land ownership contract, which explains what we already know, that if Rose leaves, the property goes to the government.
Right. So she only has rights to the land. It's her mother's. So in the in their Native American culture, the land travels through the female line.
Gotcha.
So it goes from the mother to her, meaning if she leaves, not only does she lose her right to the land, but the family loses the land. Jesse doesn't get rights to it if
Gotcha.
she doesn't retain the rights. And she has to physically occupy the land in order to maintain the rights, which is weird.
Yeah.
This really shows you like how screwed up the U.S. government's relations with Native Americans are.
I mean,
and how screwed up reservations are.
I mean, I think we kind of already knew that.
We know that, but like, here's like, hey, this is still a thing today.
Yes.
Like, we are still screwing people over. The government is still just like, just give it to them. Like, for real.
Right.
They own the land. It's theirs. Stop trying to, like, still get it.
Yes. So Dana has to point out to Jesse, who's completely clueless as to what this means, that this points to a motive for murder. She goes and talks to Uncle Don. They have a conversation. Basically, she still doesn't love what she's doing, but she's doing it anyway. She's questioning Don to see if perhaps she could, like, either clear Jesse or perhaps get information that he was, in fact, the culprit. Don thinks he only had his daughter's best interests at heart, and he asks, "What? You have a son, you have kids, right? What would you give up for your son?" Brent is talking on the phone with his mom. After this conversation, Dana comes by and asks how she's doing. Apparently, she has some medical issues and some, financial issues as well.
He's basically saying how him and his twin brother can't afford the medical bills. We learn in this scene Brent has a twin. I love that because I was happy to see Mark Little back in this episode because it's a flashback. But this means we could always see the twin in the future.
Yep.
We always have a place for him to have a role in this universe because his twin brother is still alive.
What's interesting about this is it gives Brent a motivation to do what he will eventually do.
Right. This is definitely our foreshadowing of the whole story here.
Right.
The whole Brent story.
Yeah, it kind of starts with doing one thing, just to get a little help for his medical bills, and then it kind of snowballs into doing bigger and bigger and worse stuff as it goes along.
Right. Like, yeah, you said this is the episode where we're framing Jesse's story, but
yeah,
like, look at all, like, once we're done with this episode, we pretty much have almost a full picture of Brent's story. And
yes.
It's really sad.
It is indeed. So the letters Dana found are addressed to Bear. As she examines the letters, Wayne angrily throws a newspaper down. This is like the first couple episodes characterization of Wayne.
Right, this is 2 years ago.
Right.
Wayne is still an asshole, Wayne.
I mean,
this is no redemption for Wayne. He's going the other direction.
Right.
And we're seeing, like, yeah, he was this character before Revival Day.
Right.
He was always kind of the asshole.
Right. Which, basically the newspaper says that she said that Jesse is not a suspect, which is a little weird. Everything at this point seems to be pointing at Jesse.
Right, but she never believed it.
Right.
That's the whole point, is she's giving mixed signals to the press.
Right.
And he's like, what are you doing? We're trying to frame a case against him. And she's the whole time just like, I know he didn't do it.
Right. She says that he's not a suspect, just a person of interest. Wayne isn't buying it. He says that contradicting herself in the press isn't going to help them catch the guy. He asks, if Jesse didn't do it, then who did?
Okay, here's the deal. If Jesse had killed his daughter, why would he ever have reported her missing? Why would he be coming to the police station every day begging them to investigate further? Because if he killed her, the story could have just been, oh yeah, she ran away.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't understand what the point would be of him forcing them to keep investigating if he was in fact the killer.
Well, the only reason I can think of to do that would be if he knows eventually that Rose is going to be found dead somewhere, and he wants to make it so...
Does he know that?
I mean, no, I don't think he does know that. But if he were guilty of the crime, he would kind of think that would eventually happen. I mean, so sure, he wants to cast himself as innocent.
Okay, so put yourself in this position. You're the killer. You killed somebody. You want to cover it up. Sure, reporter missing, but also you would be leaning towards, I think she ran away.
Yeah.
I think she's in Chicago. I haven't heard from her. I'm worried about her. You wouldn't be framing it as, no, I know something bad happened to her. Keep digging. I'm not going to give up.
Right. I mean, at the same time, I think as a police officer, I mean, Wayne, he's a good cop, but he's also not going to necessarily go digging any deeper than he has to.
It's a small town, too.
They
don't have a lot of murder investigations, I'm assuming, in Wausau.
Right. So he sees, okay, he's guilty. Done. Let's get this over with. Done story.
Right.
He doesn't want to dig any deeper. He doesn't want to think about this any deeper than he has to.
And he also seems really convinced that Jesse's guilty, but she's right. They have zero evidence of that. They have a potential motive that he didn't want her to leave, but, and this is where I'm confused how the law works. If she were to have moved away, the land would have gone to the government. But what happens when she dies?
That is also...
Does the land go to Jesse?
I don't.
Or does it go back to the government, the same as if she left?
Yeah, I don't see how that would be the case. If her not being there anymore means that the rights go back to the government, then it shouldn't matter whether it goes back because she's dead or whether she just left.
I mean, it might matter. Yeah. I don't know. But if it's still the same outcome, how is that a motive? That's not a motive, because either way, she's not here anymore to claim the land rights. right?
Yeah. I'm not totally sure. It's a nuance that I'm not quite familiar with.
I'm not seeing why everybody's so sure he's guilty at this point. And they don't even have a body, by the way.
Yes.
They have a piece of a ripped shirt,
Yes.
maybe.
Mm.
Why are we assuming that means she's dead?
I don't know.
I thought it's like if there's no body, there's no crime.
Yeah.
There's no sign of like a struggle that I know about. There's no blood that we've been told about.
Right.
Why are we literally assuming she's dead at this point?
Because Dana found a piece of her shirt.
Like, that could
snow.
happen without her being dead.
Fair enough. All right. So Dana thinks it's this bear person who wrote the long, rambling letters to her. Wayne wants to know where the evidence is. Her gut tells her that Jesse isn't the guy, and all he's guilty of so far is arguing with his daughter. And she's like, "Sounds familiar, doesn't it?"
Yeah, she has, that's the thing. She has unique perspective on this.
Yes.
Because she can see their relationship for what it was.
So we have a shot from inside the vending machine as Dana struggles to get something out of it. Assuming it's chocolate, she uses the technique that she learned from Brent.
And it works.
And inspiration strikes as she finds a poster, which you said had Blaine's picture on it.
It's a flyer with Blaine's picture on it. I took it as being a flyer for the radio show.
Gotcha.
But you were questioning if the radio show even exists at this point.
I mean, when we see him, he doesn't look like this
He's
famous
not
guy.
the same guy.
No.
But that doesn't mean he's not already doing the radio show.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's either way, it's something Blaine is advertising, and it's a picture of him. And what she notices on it is his necklace. So she goes to her desk and she's looking through photos of the evidence from when they went through Jesse's house. And one of the photos is of this necklace that she found while she was, it was in the same box with the letters. There was a necklace in there that we're assuming Rose made the necklace. And the necklace that Blaine wears, I was having a hard time spitting that name out. The necklace that Blaine wears is similar to the necklace she found in this case, as in it's made with bear tooth. The necklace on the picture has like a whole bunch of bear teeth, but the one he wears is one bear tooth, and Dana went, "Oh wow, Rose made him that necklace. He must be bear."
So she goes to his house, and...
I'm pretty sure it's the garage.
Oh, the garage, okay.
Like, his place of business.
Gotcha. And, he steps out and he uses his charm to be like, "What can I do for you, officer?" She asks for an alibi for November 5th. That's the day that Rose disappeared. Do we know the date that her mother died?
No.
No, okay.
We know that her mom's birthday is Revival Day, which was in December.
Gotcha.
December 18th?
So we're...
December something. So this is November 5th is when Rose disappeared. And we know M died sometime in December. So not the exact same time, but it's close.
Okay.
But yeah, they said the mom died 2 years ago. And her birthday was Revival Day. But we don't know when she died. Did she die on her birthday? Sometime between November 5th and her birthday.
Right.
Like when you say 2 years ago, you don't mean literally to the day, right? You're rounding. We just don't know how far we're rounding.
Right. Yeah. And you could be like way off when saying things like that.
Right.
So she confronts him with the letters, thinking he might have had some kind of love affair.
Let's not forget he does have an alibi for November 5th.
Okay.
Or a potential alibi. He says he was in Myrtle Beach, and he's like, "I can give you a receipt of my plane trip if you like."
Right.
So he's saying, "No, I was out of town."
Well,
which doesn't necessarily mean he was.
That's where I was going with that.
But he has an alibi lined up at the very least to show her.
Just a plane ticket in itself just proves you bought a plane ticket, not that you were actually
But I imagine, if we actually investigated this ticket, which I'm not sure why we don't get to that in this part of the story at all, investigating his alibi.
Right.
Oh, I know why. Because they assume it's Jesse right after this conversation.
And they basically shut down the investigation. Yeah.
But I'm surprised Dana doesn't keep investigating. Anyways, he's saying he was in Myrtle Beach. He can prove it. And isn't Myrtle Beach where M wants to go?
Is it?
Again, I meant to go back and look and I didn't. But wasn't that, she wants to go to the beach. I remember that. And Dana and M were supposed to take a vacation. I feel like it was Myrtle Beach they were talking about.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But... yeah, I could be wrong about that, but I think it was.
Okay.
So it feels important that we do investigate. Did he get on this plane?
Right.
And that should be easy enough to know. Like, they were able to know that Rose didn't get on a train because her ticket was never scanned. Airlines are a lot more meticulous about keeping those kind of records than trains are.
Especially nowadays.
I mean, even then, it's 2006-ish?
That was after
2005?
That was after 9/11.
This is 2005 or 2006?
Yeah.
2005, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in 2005 right now, November.
So, yeah. By that point, all those security measures would have been in place.
Right. It would have been really easy for them to find out, to check his alibi.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he sent someone else on the plane.
Okay.
He could have sent someone else on the plane with his name on it.
Michael Stafford?
They could have had a fake ID to say that they were Blaine. I mean, this is very intricate. This would have been a very intricate setup for an alibi, but if he is the guilty party,
right,
he would have done that, right?
Yes.
He would have made sure he had an alibi.
So yeah, she thinks he might have had some kind of love affair with her. He denies it, saying that's not how the relationship was.
He's not denying being Bear.
Right. No. Just that.
Basically,
just that
he's confirming that he is Bear in the letters by not saying he wasn't.
Right. Just that it was not that type of relationship. How old is Rose at this point?
Well, Dana suggests he's twice her age in this conversation. I mean, she was young. She is May's age. I'm assuming they're 18 to 20.
Okay.
Like
legal.
Right.
Morally iffy, perhaps, but
yeah,
legal.
I don't think... That's why I think, like, it wasn't a big deal that she's leaving. I don't think she, like, was an underage kid running away.
Right.
I think she was of age, and she's like, let's go. Let's get out of this town.
Right.
But no, given what we know later in the episode, I'm assuming she was in college.
Okay, yes.
Right?
So basically M's age.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that also tracks. That
right. Yeah.
These are the two people that end up murdered in similar ways.
Right.
Like, that's the whole thing, is we're tracing, like, obviously there's some correlation here between Rose and M.
Right. Okay, so Dana gets a call on the radio, and this person tells them that they found something at the Black Deer home, and she's trying to shield She's trying to shield Blaine from hearing this information, and she says, I'll be right back to continue this conversation. She goes to Jesse's house. Wayne is arresting Jesse, saying, it's time to move on. And basically, Jesse's like, I have no idea how that got there. Brent comes out saying that they found a shirt in the furnace where he likely burned the body.
Yeah, he's saying the shirt fell, like, on the side of the furnace.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it must have fell when he burned the body. And she's confused, like, how would we have not found that when our whole team swept this house the other day?
Right.
Which
and
is
for that matter,
point.
why did they go back?
Well, Wayne said the day before, we're going to sweep his house again.
Okay.
Now that they're convinced, like, they don't have any evidence, so they're looking for evidence.
Gotcha.
But he also said in that conversation that Brent agreed with him. It couldn't hurt to check again. So yes. Brent's putting this in his ear. Like, yeah, let's keep digging for evidence. Right?
Gotcha.
Here's my question. Is it possible, like, is it feasible to assume that somebody could dispose of a body in a home furnace?
Not really.
I don't feel like that is a thing. Because if it was that easy to literally burn a body in a home... Because a home furnace is not the same thing as crematorium.
Right.
I don't think it's big enough or hot enough or something. Like, that's not something I'm going to Google. But...
yeah.
I feel like
we don't need the FBI.
I feel like if that was a thing, it would happen more. And I've never heard of that happening.
Yeah, you know what? You should have your husband catch you Googling, can you burn a body in a furnace?
Like a home furnace, I
right.
mean. Like,
yes.
That's a small thing. A house, and Jesse's house is small. It doesn't have some giant industrial furnace.
Right. So Dana goes into the interrogation room where Jesse is. Brent tries to get her out of it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm going to sit in on this interrogation.
And
she's like, I don't need you, go away. But
right.
He's really like, no, I need to be in the room.
Right. Dana loosens the handcuffs. Jesse tells her that he never should have trusted her and basically wants her to go away.
Yeah, he wants a lawyer. He does not want to talk to her. He's blaming her for all this, when in fact she had nothing to do with any of it.
Right. May comes in howling, asking which one of them planted the evidence, Dana or her father. Dana as I mentioned to you, doesn't notice the emotions are not like that of a reporter checking out a story.
Right.
She doesn't notice that there's way more behind what May is shouting at her than just being a simple reporter.
Right, and she's just as dismissive of May here as she is in the future.
Yes.
Constantly dismissing everything May has to say. May's telling her right here, somebody planted the evidence.
Yes.
Somebody in this department planted the evidence.
Right.
And Dana never even clocks that as a concept.
Yes.
Like, she doesn't spend 2 seconds thinking about that, even though she knows Jesse's not guilty.
Right. Also, the fact that she herself questioned, why did we not find this, evidence before?
Right.
But
Dana's not being great.
No.
And she knows that.
Yes.
Like, she knows that today. She's like, I'm sorry I failed you.
Yes.
Because she knows this is wrong, but she's not investigating it further.
Right.
Also, in this little scene, we get the drip on Dana's desk for the first time.
Yes.
So she looks up at the ceiling, and it's the tiniest little drip, and she puts a coffee cup under it, which comes back earlier in episode 2, maybe?
Yes, something like that.
Where it's this giant, like, gaping stain on the ceiling that has this big drip that she's constantly collecting water from.
It's a nice little detail.
It's
for sure.
like 2 years later and they still haven't fixed this leak, and she just has to deal with, like, disgusting water dripping on her desk. No wonder she wants out of here, right?
Yeah.
And I also wonder, like, is this leak something more important, or is this just going to be like this funny Easter egg that we deal with? Like, this leak always happens and nobody ever fixes it.
Right. And, we're going to go 20 years in the future, and there's not going to be a ceiling left. There's just going to be water dripping.
But I found it, it was a nice detail, and I found it interesting that we're calling back to the drip. And I think it's probably just a metaphor, like nothing ever changes in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
We're still dealing with the same bullshit 2 years later.
Yep. So during this argument, McCrae and Brent come in. McCrae is badly beaten, and they say Jesse escaped. My questioning at this point was whether they basically staged this.
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
That would mean McCrae was in on it too.
Yes.
Not just Brent, which
Yes.
is an important detail to consider because McCrae's still alive. He's still around.
Yes.
He's like in trouble for the Czech brothers shit, but he's not implicated in any of this other stuff right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So if this was a setup, that means McCrae's in on it,
Yes.
possibly as deep as Brent is.
Yeah. Now, my suggestion was that perhaps Brent staged this escape so that he could then have an excuse to shoot Jesse if he, in fact, ended up finding them.
If he was the one that finds
Right.
it. Correct. That is a possibility. I was trying to give Brent a little more credit at this point in his life, thinking that perhaps, like, if this was staged, the escape was staged, perhaps obviously, spoiler alert, we're way past this at this point. Brent's the one who hid the shirt.
Yes.
Perhaps he hid the shirt because they paid him off and he needed the money. But he, at this point, has a guilty conscience about that, about framing someone he knows is innocent, and did want to give Jesse a chance to escape without compromising it to look like he's the one who let him go because, he doesn't want whoever paid him off to kill him.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think that's possible, that at this point he's not that deep into it,
Yeah.
that he still has a conscience. But we don't know. Or,
Right.
Jesse literally did beat up McCrae and escape.
Which would not speak very well to either one of their competences. But then again, we
yeah,
we kind of know that.
There's zero confidence in either of these men and
Yes.
their ability to be police officers.
So Dana finds Jesse in the woods, points a gun at him, begging him not to do this.
The whole police department's out searching for him,
Yes.
and Dana's the one who finds him.
Tells him to put his hands up in the air, but Dana ultimately lets him go because she does not think that he's guilty. This does not go unnoticed. Some other police
Rogers comes in.
Rogers, yeah, basically like, you let him go?
Yeah,
So-
so this is how it's known that
Yeah.
Dana let him go. This is
Yeah.
the whole thing we've been dealing with all season is Dana's considered the one who fumbled the case because she let him go.
Yes.
And we stopped investigating Rose's murder all along. Like,
Right.
they dropped the whole thing. Oh, it's Jesse and he's on the lam.
Right.
And they never dig any deeper.
Nope.
Including Dana.
Yes.
Which is weird, I think.
Yes. I mean, maybe she thinks, okay, he's gone, so I don't have to worry about him anymore, so I'm just going to drop it myself.
But she doesn't think it was him, so why is she not trying to figure out who it was?
Fair enough.
And again, we still don't have a body, so we don't even know for sure that she's dead.
Gotcha.
Why is she not still investigating this?
Probably because she was told not to. And, this is not the same data from the current day timeline. She's 2 years younger and then 2 years less experienced.
And just
yeah,
living her life, doing the best she can, raising her kid, and wanting to get out of here.
Yep. 2 months. So we cut to 2 months before Revival Day. We're at the bowling alley again. Dana's nurse is there talking to May.
Yeah, so this is Nurse Darlene Schultz. We saw her in episode 6. But in this scene, we're learning she is the captain of the bowling team.
Yes. Brent apparently was also a leader on this bowling team. Never missed a game except one. And May finds this information out, finds it very interesting. We cut to her recounting this to Uncle Don, saying that he missed the November 17th game, which I guess was a championship game.
It was a championship game, and what Darlene was saying was basically like, yeah, we'd have been undefeated champions if not for him missing that one game. But he's literally never missed any other games, including when he had a 103-degree fever. Yet this game, he said, oh, I've got food poisoning, I can't play.
Right.
And very coincidentally, it was the night before they found the shirt.
And basically Jesse wasn't home that day because he would be at the tribal meeting. She realizes that Jesse was framed, and she says that she needs to go and talk to him. She hunts him down and finds him under the name of Justin.
Yeah, so we get a shot that we're at Thunder Bay, Ontario, and I don't know how far that is from Wausau, but he's in Canada somewhere. And Don knew where he was.
Yes.
Uncle Don knew, so he told May where to find him.
So I'm kind of curious, did May ever actually meet Jesse? Because it doesn't seem like he...
Jesse does not know who May is other than, oh, you're a reporter. I recognize you as a reporter. But, so she's probably older than 18, huh? She's already working as a reporter.
Yeah.
But I think they're 20, 21.
Okay.
College age still. And she's very early in her career, presumably. But yeah, Jesse definitely doesn't know they were dating.
Yes.
That comes out in this conversation. Before they talk, we hear chainsaw-wielding Lumberjill, as she's credited. Oh, by the way, we haven't even talked about Rose. Let's get to her credits while we're at it.
Yep.
In this scene, the person, and I feel like the whole reason we have a person speak here is because she says, "Good night, Justin." So they're planting the seed of like, oh yeah, he's under an assumed name. Mm-hmm. The chainsaw wielding Lumberjill is played by Seth Sutter. She's actually a crew member. She is the digital imaging technician on this series.
That's why you were asking me that question.
As well as other series such as Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
And I don't know what the digital imaging technician does.
Nor do I.
I didn't figure it out. She has other credits. She has 80 colorist credits.
Okay.
For shows such as The Trades, Trailer Park Boys. So I think they must be related.
I would assume so.
Like something in the editing world.
Well, let's get her on and have her explain it to us. But also, she is never going to have a better acting credit than she does in this show.
Chainsaw-wielding Lumberjill.
Yes.
And Rose. We haven't talked about Rose,
right.
Even though we've seen most of what we're going to see of her.
Right.
Rose Blackdeer's played by Lena Robinson.
It's funny because I thought I recognized her from something, but looking at her credits, there is absolutely nothing that I recognize her from. So I don't know. It must be someone similar in appearance to her.
You know, I do that a lot in this show.
Yes.
I feel like I recognize. And you know, some of them are probably people we've seen in background.
Perhaps.
Because, you know, then it wouldn't be on their IMDb's.
Yes.
But we watch so much Canadian television that it would not surprise me if we're recognizing people from background. And then for me, I this is something I talk about a lot during our Sullivan's Crossing podcast. People keep popping up that I'm like, I do recognize this person. And then I realize it's because they keep popping up on my Facebook as people you may know. Because I'm friends with so many Canadian actors and filmmakers now that their friends are popping up as people you may know. And I'd be like, oh, I recognize that face. Oh, it's because they're like on my Facebook as I'm scrolling.
Right.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Lena Robinson, she was in 6 episodes of a show called Don't Even, 4 episodes of 1923, and a film called 40 Acres. Nothing I'm familiar with.
Okay. So
May has come to talk to Jesse. And by the way, May, Catherine King-So, I don't know if you remember when you and I watched the pilot for this series together, and she was the first face we saw. And immediately I went, oh, I know her.
Yes.
And I don't. She's one of those people that I'm like, I'm confident I've seen this person before. And then nothing in her credits rang a bell.
Yeah, so she does end up revealing that she was in love with his daughter.
It takes her a minute to get there. First, she's like, oh, we were friends. And he's like, I don't understand. Why are you here? Like, why would Dawn tell you where I am? You're a reporter.
Yes.
And she's like, no, I was in love with your daughter.
And, his face registers surprise at that, but he doesn't make a deal of it. He just kind of moves on. He's basically like, so do you know who killed Rose? And she says she doesn't. Not exactly. But she does have a lead on someone.
And she hands him a picture of Brent.
Yes.
And he knows who Brent is. So yeah, that's my question. Did Rose kept this relationship from him? Did he not know Rose was gay? Or did he just not pay attention to who she's involved with?
I would suspect that he did not, in fact, know that she was gay. I'm not sure how
culturally...
Yes, like first persons, is that the term?
I mean, we're in Wisconsin.
Okay,
Native Americans.
Native American here.
I mean, it's filmed in Canada.
Right.
It's confusing, right?
Yeah.
How we have different names. This is one thing I tried looking up, actually. I did dig really deep this week with my deep dive, looking up, like, things about Wausau, and I was like, what Native American tribe is in Wausau? Apparently there's 5 of them, so I couldn't pinpoint what tribe this family's supposed to be from. To get any like cultural references. What I was looking for was is there some cultural significance to a bear? That's what I was looking for, like the meaning of a bear, and I didn't really get anywhere. And I couldn't pinpoint what tribe they're supposed to be because there are literally 5 tribes that originate in Wausau.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure how Native American cultures
look at
sexuality. Yes.
Right, but also it's a small town.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a great atmosphere even before you get into Native American culture.
Yes.
Right? Small town, 2008. Yeah, that's not really going to be highly acceptable at that point, I assume. Which is probably why they want to go to the big city.
So we cut to Revival Day. May now tells Jesse that he doesn't think that Brent had something to do with specifically with Rose.
This is the part of the timeline that threw me.
Okay.
Because we're 2 months before.
Mm-hmm.
Then they tell us Revival Day Wausau, and we see Jesse sitting in his truck at the bowling alley watching Brent and the bowling team head in. But then immediately, 2 seconds later, he flashes back to that night 2 months ago.
Right.
Or 3. Yeah, 2 months before Revival Day. So 2 months before then. 3 months before current timeline. See, this is confusing now to talk about. So as soon as we got Revival Day, then we start flashing back to 2 months prior again. And that threw me off.
Right.
And we're bouncing back and forth between the rest of the conversation between May and Jesse in Canada and the day that he's sitting outside the bowling alley. I wish for the sake of the way they presented the timeline on this episode moving forward, we had finished that scene of him talking to May.
See, I didn't even understand that. I thought we were still on Revival Day when May was telling Jesse.
No, that was the same place they were in the last scene.
Okay.
That was him flashing back to remembering the things May told him, which was weird.
Yes,
it was a weird editing in this bit. The whole flow of the episode I enjoyed, but this little bit threw me.
Yeah, so basically what she is saying is that Brent, on the day that Rose disappeared, went to the hospital and paid off her mother's medical bills.
Well, not on the day she disappeared. The day that 4 days after the shirt was found.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's confirming for her that he planted the evidence in exchange for $10,000, or at least $10,000 that he used to pay off the medical bills.
And May says that Brent was desperate, and they basically took advantage of his desperation.
Right. And Jesse decides at this point he's going back to Wausau to investigate himself. Which brings us back to Revival Day, and he's sitting in the car at the bowling. The whole bowling team leaves, so he sat there through their whole game, except for Brent.
Yes.
His cruiser's still there. Everybody else left, and he goes, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And he puts on the black ski mask.
Yes.
And at this point, it's not because his face is burned. It's because he's a fugitive.
Yes.
He doesn't want anybody to see him.
Right. And he tries to stalk Brent, and he ends up dead.
Yeah, so he's about to go look for Brent, but Brent comes up on the truck and shoots him.
Yes.
So Brent did clock that he's there, and right in the parking lot of the bowling alley shot him dead.
Yes.
Which was very bold of Brent to do that.
Yes. Or stupid, one or the other.
Both. Yeah, so we don't know how involved Brent was previously, other than planting evidence, but he definitely murdered Jesse.
Yes.
Like, we have seen that scene now.
Then we cut to the Randy's crematorium, where Kate is saddened to find Jesse very, very dead.
Yeah, so this is the scene where the series started.
Yep.
Right, where she's there talking to Randy, pretending she's doing a story on him.
Yep.
And it's showing us this bit it didn't show us before, which is her sneaking a peek into the casket while Randy was bent down, like, starting the machine up. Mm-hmm. She peeks in and confirms that the John Doe is Jesse Blackdeer. Pre-burns.
Right.
And then we see the scene we've already seen of him pushing the casket into the incinerator. And then we also re-see the scene of him jumping out in flames. We re-see Dana seeing him all smoldering when she first got to Randy's. And then it jumps back forward to present day 2008. And I loved it. I loved the way they did this sequence of, like, here's the story we're telling you about the past, and here's how it intersects with what we already have seen.
Right. So Dana asked the question, current day, how this all connects to M. And basically, they found Rose's earring and M's medication at the spot where M was murdered at the creek.
Moore Creek, yeah.
Moore Creek.
And we previously saw this pill bottle.
Yes.
Jesse had it before we confirmed this was Jesse. But we knew that the man in the mask had the pill bottle.
Right.
So yeah, they assumed since both were at Moore Creek that their deaths are related, which that feels really weak to me. That's pretty circumstantial evidence, but that's what they're going with. Is that's why we assume they both have the same killer. Is because both of their belongings were found in Moore Creek.
Their brother, according to M, had a thing about the water being special there. She turned out to be right.
I think she means water in general, because remember, Mom was crystal.
Oh, yes.
All this stuff.
Yes.
And M was born. She had a water birth.
Yes, right. When Abraham brought her there, but speaking of which, Abraham is still down by the creek for this entire episode.
Yeah, he's not in this episode.
Yeah.
We do not see him in this episode at all.
Right, yeah.
We don't know what happened with him after they took M.
I mean, he could have waken up and going, where am I? Oh, well, I guess I'll just go home. But, and yeah, we don't see the rest of Wausau either. Wausau. Okay.
Well, we get a little bit of other stuff at the end of this, but not really.
Right. Abraham brought her there, and she not only healed, but had a memory of Aaron and a masked antler man. How many opportunities to use a phrase like that?
Masked antler man.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's telling Dana all this, because this is the first they've had a chance to catch up with what we've known since last episode.
Yes.
So she's like, I saw this dude, and he was wearing an animal mask, and he had a symbol carved in his chest, and it's the symbol that's been haunting her, that she's been drawing ever since Revival Day. And we confirmed that Aaron is not the dude with the symbol on his chest.
Right.
That's confirmed.
Neither the series creator nor the character in the show.
Well,
I mean, maybe. Yeah, okay. That's something.
It could be. Could be Aaron Kuntz.
Yeah.
we haven't confirmed that.
Yes.
But it's not Aaron. What's his last name? Professor Aaron.
Weimer.
Weimer, thank you.
Yes.
It's not him, because she's seen his chest.
Yes.
He does not have a symbol carved in his chest. Also, she saw both of them in her vision. They were both there.
Right.
That's important. Aaron is at the site, and Animal Mask are both there. She saw the vision, and you pointed out that something we didn't actually talk about last week, but one of the press photos last week shows a third-person view of that.
Yes.
Like the camera view of that scene, where M's in the water, Weimar is standing over her, and then the mask dude is standing off to the side.
It almost kind of, you can interpret it either way. Either he's trying to get her out of the water, or he's actively participating in the murder and trying to drown her.
Right.
Yeah.
He's definitely there, though.
Yes.
As well as this mystery man. They're both there.
Yep.
And then she says, this is where I'm going to go on a little tangent.
Okay.
She says she assumes they left her body for dead. It washed down the river to Bull Falls.
Gotcha.
Which is where she woke up after Revival Day.
Yes.
Okay, so I looked up the geography of the real life Wausau, Wisconsin, because I'm curious of how this works, right? Where she's saying that more creeks. And so I looked it up. There is, in fact, a Bull Falls within the Wisconsin River in Wausau, and there is a creek called Jim Moore Creek.
Okay.
Jim Moore Creek is actually quite large. It snakes through the woods throughout a big part of the town.
All right.
But if you look at the part of the creek that connects to the river, and then you look at where Bull Falls is, which it's a part of the map. It's called Bull Falls Park, and then there's a picture of a bridge with falls underneath, which does look very reminiscent of the way this area is depicted in the series. Obviously, this wasn't filmed there. It was filmed in Canada, but it's definitely the spot they were aiming for with that aesthetic, where we had and the bridge and then the falls underneath where she woke up. So if you look at those two spots on the map, they're over 2 miles away from each other.
Okay.
So if we're suggesting real world geography, which, I mean, of course, we're not necessarily doing that. But if we were suggesting real world geography, that would have meant her body traveled 2 miles down the river before it stopped in the falls and got stuck there where she woke up.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
I also think that would mean with her condition, she would have had broken bones.
Probably.
Because remember, we're being told that reviving is based on the moment of revival, not the moment of death.
Yes.
Which means we have to assume they're not doing real world geography, and they're saying that the creek and the falls are literally right next to each other.
Okay.
Because, yeah, if a body travels through a moving river for 2 miles, it's going to be beaten up.
Yes.
And with her condition, she'd have woken up with all kinds of weird broken bones and healed the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you're like, why are you telling me all?
Well, because you're poking a hole
I was just curious about the real town of Wausau.
Okay, so
I was digging.
again, we haven't actually made that canon that that's what actually happened, because just M is suggesting that's what happened. But
right.
It's perhaps not what
it's
actually happened.
It's possible they moved her body.
Yes.
I mean, that's possible too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found it interesting that both the creek and the falls are real places that, you know, Tim Stacie would have based this story on. I imagine these are places he went swimming as a kid, you know?
Yeah. So Dana had said, she brings up a text message between Aaron and Brent the night that Rose disappeared, is what she says?
It was from around that time.
Okay.
We didn't get a specific date. The text was a model of a car, and May chimes in. She knows the exact text they're talking about. The text said, "Dark blue Cutlass Supreme." She got the text file from the USB drive that Jesse took from Aaron's house.
Gotcha.
So that's what was on the USB drive. Why did we even save that on a USB drive? I'm not sure.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm not totally sure why that would happen, but yeah.
They also don't confirm which direction the text was going. We're told it was a text between Aaron and Brent, but not who sent it to who.
Right.
Now, my assumption is, with what we learned later in this episode, we know this is Aaron's car. My assumption is this is Aaron sending the text to Brent.
Was it his car, or was it like a rental?
It's a car he was driving.
Yes.
His car as in he's the one who knew what the car was.
Right.
So I'm assuming he's the one who texted to Brent. And Brent, it probably was to tell him where to go to find the shirt.
Yeah.
That's my guess of what this text is about.
Okay.
But it's kind of ambiguous here of why are we texting this?
So Aaron texts Brent to go and get the shirt. Basically has to pull it off her dead body.
That's what I'm
the trunk.
assuming.
Ugh.
Like, otherwise, why are we texting him about the car?
Right.
If it wasn't about him going and finding the evidence there.
I mean, couldn't you just
Unless it's about something else he did.
Right.
Like, is he more involved in her death, in hiding her body? We don't know.
Okay.
But
so...
But yeah, now I'm questioning why did Aaron put that text on a USB drive and put it in his desk? Well, he's the one who sent it. Why wouldn't he have just deleted it?
He wouldn't put it on he wouldn't put it on a USB drive. Isn't that the thing that Jesse had to get the information off the computer?
No, Jesse found the USB drive at Aaron's house
with that information on it.
I mean, that's what May just said.
Okay.
Right? We intercepted it on a USB drive that we got at Aaron's house.
Okay.
So why would Aaron put it on a USB drive?
I don't know.
Unless he was trying to keep evidence against whoever hired him.
So, in kind of an insurance policy from being
But
murdered?
all this does, I think, is implicate him, because he's the one who was driving the car.
Right.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Of why this USB drive exists. We definitely don't have the whole story. I don't know. Are we good investigators? I'm not sure.
I mean, you're a good investigator. I'm not necessarily as much, but...
So, they're talking about this text and the car, and May wonders if this could be Bear's car. This is where Dana gives us information that May doesn't know, that Bear is Blaine. She says, you mean Blaine's car? She tells him about the necklace, and you tell me 2 years of investigating this and May never figured out that Blaine was Bear?
I guess not.
Which also means May has no idea that her girlfriend and Blaine were close.
Yes.
So whatever their relationship was, May doesn't know about it.
Right.
Which is interesting.
It is interesting. Wondering if that was also a secret side affair that May did not know about.
I don't think that's what it was.
No.
Like, I feel like I believe Blaine when he was like, that's not how it was. We were friends. She respected me. Like, I feel like it's something different than that.
Gotcha.
But there's something, right? To
Right.
what the heck was their thing.
Right.
That they were writing each other these long letters and obviously close in some way.
Yes. All right. So Jesse is ready to go shoot Blaine. Dana wants to do this right and wants to talk Em and Jesse out of going after Blaine.
Oh, the other detail before he decides, like, yeah, I'm going to go kill Blaine was Dana said, well, is there any reason you would suspect Blaine?
Ah, yes.
And Dawn says, oh, our family has had land disputes with the Abels for decades.
Gotcha. Oh,
So the Abels have been trying to claim that land, which is territorially belonging to their family through the land deeds.
Gotcha.
Or to Rose, anyways.
Yes. Well, that also tends to give Blaine some motivation for killing Rose.
Right, which is the whole point. That
Right.
They took that as enough.
Right, okay.
Dawn and Jesse, that's enough for them. They're like, he did it, I'm going to go kill him.
All right, but Dawn argues against...
Dana.
No, actually, Dawn.
Oh, Dawn.
Yes.
D-O-N.
Yes.
I heard like D-A-W-N
No,
in
no,
your
no.
voice. And
Yeah,
I'm like, no, that's not a character.
Dawn argues against vengeance, not bringing Rose peace, that this is pointless, this isn't going to accomplish anything. Dana says she knows that she did not come through for Jesse last time, but she asked for him to let her do so this time. May and Em at night, we see them. She reads her poetry. As she reads it out loud, we see Jesse going under the fence at Blaine's.
Yeah, so even though Dana was like, give me a chance to do this right, he doesn't care. She left. Dana left.
Yeah.
She said she's going to go get a warrant. And she said she's going to go to JP because they all trust him.
Right.
Which I feel, is that foreshadowing, or are we not supposed to trust JP?
I mean, so far, he's been the only competent cop that we've seen.
Right, but she very specifically said, we all trust him.
Yes.
that made me go, oh, maybe we shouldn't. If we're going to point out we all trust him.
Right.
Anyways, so that's what she's doing. She's off trying to do the right thing.
Yep.
Like, the legal thing and investigate this the right way and actually, get him arrested if he's the killer.
Right.
But Jesse doesn't care what she has to say. He's like, I'm breaking in. I'm going to go kill Blaine. That's what he's going there for.
Right. We see him walk into the house where Blaine is sleeping on his couch or chair or something. He walks right up to him, looks ready to slit his throat when he hears the creature. And he goes outside. And
the creature's calling him. Mm-hmm. You asked me off mic, do I think this was his creature?
Yes.
Because our theory, based on last week, is that there is a creature for each reviver.
Right.
Which that's not canon yet, but I'm sticking with that for now. That each reviver has their own creature and they have to be matched up with the right one to do what Jordan did.
Right.
And not what Wanda did. Because that was a mismatch. So this is the one that did whatever it did to Wanda.
Right.
Off screen.
Yes.
In episode 7. And you were like, do I think this one that Blaine has is his?
Right.
And I think it is after rewatching because it felt like it was literally calling him.
Right.
And I think that's because it's his.
So he finds the glowing creature in the garage, and then M, back with May, says that the poem is a work in progress. May says that Rose gave up writing a few years back, and then Jesse lets the creature out. We see him do that. It brings him to a car. He opens the trunk to find Rose in it.
The blue car.
Yes.
The blue Cutlass.
Yep.
Rose's body's in the trunk wrapped in blanket. Now, we don't see the body. I don't know. Did he look at the body? We have to assume he looked, right? And he ID'd her.
From 2 years.
That was what I'm saying. Like, what's left after 2 years? Would it even be ID'able? Are we confident this is Rose? Is what I'm getting at.
I'm pretty confident that it is.
He's confident it's Rose.
Yeah.
But is there a sliver of doubt this could be a different body?
He takes off his mask and takes her out of the trunk.
And by the way, I cried the first time I watched this.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. The way that the score works and the creature leads him there. And we've got M reading her poem over it. It's a beautiful scene.
Yes. M says to May, "You really loved her." And May says she really did. She asks her if M has ever had anyone like that. And M says, yeah, maybe. She's talking about Rhodey, which is really unfortunate.
So she goes into the trailer to call him because they still haven't talked after they had a fight in, what was it, episode 5?
I wouldn't even call it a fight.
They had a little
disagreement
and she left. Yeah. She's texted him since then, but they haven't talked. She doesn't know he's been locked up ever since then.
Right, yeah.
But at this point, does she know? Maybe she doesn't know that all the revivers have been rounded up. Maybe nobody's even told her about that.
Yeah, I mean, she knows that she's being hunted.
She knows she's being hunted, but does she know all 50 revivers have been locked up? I'm thinking she doesn't know that.
Right.
Because she calls him and expects him to answer his phone.
Yes.
And he does.
Yes.
He's in his truck with his band name on it. And I'm like, what? And he tells her he escaped. My first thought on first watch of this is that Tyler got him out.
Okay.
Because remember, we left the thread of Tyler's working at the Riverside facility.
Okay. Yeah.
So my thought was Tyler got him out with the intent to Wanda him. But that's not where it's going.
Right. So she senses something up. He's basically like, I need to get out of town, this and that. But she ignores her instincts.
She says she can't leave because she's like, I just found out who killed me. Does she mean Blaine?
I think.
Does she mean Aaron because she saw the flash of him there? Or is she agreeing with Dawn and Jesse that it has to be Aaron?
Not totally
I'm confused
sure about
that she's like, I know who killed me. Do you? I don't know that you do.
Yeah. She senses something is up with Rhodey, but she completely ignores her instincts and agrees to meet up with him.
Yeah, so he's leaving town and she's like, yeah, I'll meet you to say goodbye before you leave.
Tyra wakes up Blaine to inform him that the angel is gone. And Blaine is like, what are you talking about? And then he starts running down this hallway and he's like, where's my angel?
Yeah.
Dana realizes her sister is missing and runs off. So she's not here to see Jesse come back with the body of Rose.
Right.
May cries and drops her mug when she realizes what Jesse is carrying. Jesse tells Dawn that he was right. Presumably he means about the vengeance not being, having any kind of point. And Don says he knew that he would bring her back. Unfortunately, not alive.
Unfortunately, not alive.
Yes.
But they've retrieved the body. So in their minds, they have closure now. They know where Rose is.
Yes.
They've got her body. And we flash back to Rose sitting at the bus stop.
We hear screaming and crashing happening as we see the image of Rose at the bus stop. And then we see a person dragging a body, Rose, into the car. We're not actually sure if she's dead at this point.
I don't know. She's not dead. I don't think.
No, she's alive.
Because I think he just knocked her out. The passenger's window got broke during this.
Gotcha. The person that gets into the car is, of course, Aaron.
Right.
Which means that, yes, he was culpable for kidnapping Rose.
Kidnapping both girls on the night they died.
Not necessarily killing either one of them.
Right. He makes a phone call
Yep.
to someone.
Yes.
And says, I've got her. I'll
Yeah.
meet you at Moore Creek. So I'm pretty sure she's still alive because whatever happened to Em is the same thing happening here, and they were going to kill her at the creek.
Right. May, Jesse, and Dawn stand by a fire. Presumably they are burning...
They're burning the body.
Yes.
And they're crying over it. And I had a problem with this.
Okay.
I get that they just want closure for Rose. And this is how, like, her spirit's allowed to move on once we burn the body. And I get that that's their cultural thing. They're letting her move on right now. That's what they're doing. But don't you want to stop the killer from killing other girls? Because you know, they assume it's Blaine. You know the same person also killed Em.
Yep.
Do you not want... And I get that vengeance isn't going to help you with Rose moving on. I get that. But don't you want to stop him from just continuing to do it? Don't you want him arrested? Not for vengeance, but to literally stop a killer from continuing to kill.
I think Jesse doesn't care about that at that point. He's had all the closure he needs. Don might care about that, but he's not competent.
They're not thinking about it.
Right. He wouldn't... He's not going to trust, like, the police to do the right thing and solve this case.
But literally, you just, like, destroyed all the evidence.
Yes.
And you're positive he's the killer, but now you just let him go.
Right. May might care about this.
She's a reporter. She should definitely care.
But she's also emotionally...
She's grieving right now.
Yes.
But I think
the
this
one
was
person,
so stupid of them to just burn the body.
The one person that would absolutely care about that is Dana,
right.
Which is why
and she's not here.
Yes, she's removed from the scene because she's going after her sister.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they wrote it like that.
Right,
because they were trying to get her out of there. But yeah.
Well, yeah, by taking the body away from the junkyard and burning it, we have just legally released Blaine from any part of this.
Yes. Unless there's another way to get him. But yes.
But I'm not even convinced it's him. I'm really not.
No, I don't think he is the one that killed her. But so,
we'll talk about. I got a lot to talk about, but let's finish the scene by scene.
All right. So they hear the creature. May asks, "What is it?" Jesse says, "It's calling him," and he's ready to go because at this point Jesse has had all the closure that he needs.
What he wanted to do is find Rose and know what happened to her. He's convinced he knows what happened to her. He found her. By burning her body, he's released her spirit so she can move on.
I'm kind of curious at this point if that's why the revivers are here.
To unfinished business.
Living ghosts, in effect.
Right. Well, let's talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Finish this.
Okay.
And I have a lot of topics I want to talk about.
All right.
We'll start with that one.
All right. So Jesse says to the creature that Rose can move on. It's time to go. He touches the creature, and they both disappear. We hear the same musical notes that we heard when Jordan disappeared as well.
Yeah, so it's the same thing that happened to Jordan. He touches it, and they disappear together.
Right. So Em is in the woods. She finds Rhodey. She hugs and kisses him. She talks about needing to finish what she started, and then meeting him wherever he's going to go. But he looks upset. He asks, "What's wrong?" He apologizes, and then she is shot with a dart. He continues to apologize as she falls to the ground, and then we hear a police radio.
The military guys.
Yes, saying that they have M, and that is where the episode ends.
I wonder what they threatened Rhodey with, that he was willing to go along with this plan.
Maybe they didn't threaten him with anything. Maybe they promised him to release him.
But would he give up M?
That's a good question.
I don't feel like he would. I feel like they had to have something really heavy over him.
Right. Maybe they were just
went along with this.
Maybe they were just torturing him so much that they said this will stop.
I mean, it could be. They could literally be cutting his body parts off.
Yes. You know, who knows what they're doing to him there, but yeah.
Like, they had to have been doing something.
Yes.
Something big for him to actually give up M.
Right.
Because I don't feel like he ever would have went along with that plan willingly. And he did.
All right.
Okay, so what you were just saying about unfinished business, let's start there.
Yeah, so I think the revivers came back for whatever reason. We don't know why. But I think that what makes them go eventually is to basically get closure. Like Jesse, the creature helps Jesse find
the body.
Rose's body to get this closure. The creature doesn't immediately take Jesse. Jesse was ready to go. And I think that was the important thing for Jesse moving on. And perhaps Jordan, for whatever, had made her peace with whatever it is that she needed to make.
I had this thought too, unfinished business.
Yeah.
And then that was my thought is, well, what changed for Jordan that night that she was at peace and ready to go? I couldn't think of anything that had changed for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's a child, so she has a lot less going on.
Yeah, like what would her unfinished business be? Just making a friend?
I mean, maybe that I'm at a loss there too, but perhaps she came back to accomplish something.
She didn't,
and whatever.
She didn't have any relationship with her parents. Had nothing to do with them.
Right.
She didn't actually help with the check thing. They wouldn't let her.
Right.
So what would she have done that this is the moment she's ready to go?
Not sure, but maybe it was just to make sure that everybody
was safe.
Yes.
Once Cooper was safe in the car.
Yes. Perhaps once Cooper was out of the building, and that was what she was there to do.
Was to ensure he was safe, even though she had nothing to do with it.
Right. I mean, she didn't necessarily need to have anything to do with it.
She just had to know
yes.
that her friend was safe.
Yes, something along those lines.
I mean, maybe, but it feels weak to me. But I do like the idea that it's about like having a chance to have some closure and to do some unfinished business or whatever. Which reminds me of the movie Heart and Souls.
Okay.
Which you still haven't watched that, have you?
I have not.
It's on my list. We have to cover that someday. Beautiful movie.
Okay.
The whole point of that is it's like 5 characters who die in a bus accident.
Mm-hmm.
And then their ghosts get the chance to stick around. The ghosts are tethered to a baby that's born at the same moment. And they get a chance to stick around and they get to use this new human, which nobody tells them, so they stick around for like 30 years, and it's, comedy of it. But basically they end up inhabiting his body and controlling him to the point of being able to do unfinished business. And as soon as they finish their unfinished business, they get to move on.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it reminded me of that conceptually, like the idea of unfinished business before you move on.
Gotcha. So M at this point still clearly has something to accomplish before she can move on.
Right.
The other revivers probably have something to accomplish before they can move on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
like there's some reason they haven't connected with their creatures.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah.
Assuming we're right about everybody having their own creature.
Right.
Which feels right to me.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
So I mean that's currently my idea of what the creatures and doing are, and why they end up disappearing eventually. Is they're here for a reason. Once they've accomplished their reason, they can move on for real, or move on to something else.
Something, whatever. Is happening to them.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here's what I have in my notes now. I was like, let's break down what do we know is fact right now about these different bad guys, perpetrators, people in our story. So I have Blaine first. Here's what we know about Blaine.
Yes.
He knew Rose.
Correct.
They were friendly, it seems. We know he had the body in his junkyard for 2 years. We have not confirmed, though, that he was involved in the death or even that he knew she was there.
Right.
That's not confirmed. It could have just been that he was called to tow the car away and never looked in the trunk.
Right.
So we don't know. The fact that her body was on his property is not proof in any which way that he was involved.
The other reason I don't think that Blaine was involved in M's death specifically was because he was surprised to even know that she had died.
That's true.
Run along, little lamb.
Right.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like, you're a reviver?
Right.
Absolutely. I'd forgotten that. But definitely that emotion was clocked. And if that wasn't intentional, I mean, he could have been putting on theatrics.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It definitely came across that he didn't know. You're right.
Yeah.
But we do know he was present the night M died.
Right.
On the bridge. But the same thing, he says he was called to move a body.
Yes.
Not to move a body, to move a vehicle. Oi. He was called to tow a vehicle. So that
Right.
could literally be his only involvement, is he's the tow truck guy.
Yeah.
And we also know about him that he is Stigmata Boy,
Yes.
which we don't know that story yet.
Right.
But he's got the marks on his hands, Stigmata Boy. Okay, Aaron. What do we know about Aaron?
He's a professor.
He's a professor.
He had some kind of an affair with M.
He kidnapped both Rose and M the nights they died.
Perhaps that
We
was...
know that as
Right.
fact now. And he brought them both to Moor Creek.
Yes.
He met someone there with Rose, and he was there with the animal mask man with M. So presumably those are the same person.
Yes. So Aaron is involved in some kind of cult.
He's involved some way. He's like the helper, right?
Yep.
For whoever Animal Mask is. We know he had an affair with M, who was a student. I'm wondering if he had some affair with Rose as well.
Maybe.
She definitely knew him, though.
Yes.
I feel like she definitely was his student.
I'm kind of curious if he had the affair with M to get close enough with her to kidnap her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, is this like he's picked these girls and is lashed onto them, right?
Or
to make
maybe
them trust
he
him.
hasn't had any. He didn't pick them. Maybe someone else above Aaron picked them.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
is there something specific about these girls, or was it just that these were who was convenient? We don't know. But there's this tie-in between Rose and M. They're both writers,
Okay.
which means
They're both about the same age.
they're both about the same age. He was the English professor, I'm pretty sure, because M was talking to him about her writing.
Gotcha.
And so I'm wondering, and this is just a possible, was Rose involved with him? Because we heard from May that Rose was also a writer. She gave up her writing a couple years before her death.
Okay.
Did she give up her writing because of some torrid affair with the professor, and she was
Which,
trying to
by the
distance
way,
herself from that?
If we're saying she's 18, then she was having that affair when she was 16.
Well, no, I don't think I'm saying she's 18 at this point. If he was her student 2 years ago,
right.
In this theory, he was her. If they had a thing 2 years ago, she was his student 2 years ago.
Gotcha.
In college. So
Okay.
she's 20, 21, 22.
Gotcha.
In this theory.
Gotcha. So she was 21 when she was having the affair.
Well, somewhere between 18 and 21 if she's a student.
And when she died?
And it was 2 years later.
Right, okay.
But she definitely knew him, so I think she was a college student at some point and his student.
Yeah.
Whether it was now or 2 years ago, I mean,
Okay.
either way. They definitely knew each other, so I think it's confirmed, like, why would you know him if you weren't a college student? But that's just a possible guess, is they also had a similar situation, and that's why she stopped writing.
Okay, because she had this affair with this professor and it
ended badly.
Yeah. And she decided, okay, I'm done with writing.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if that necessarily means anything or would implement where we're at, but I had that thought. Oh, I had this thought about Aaron. Is it possible he got involved with whoever Masked Man is the same way Brent got involved? Did he get pulled in to get money to pay his wife's medical bills?
Okay, yeah.
Because he also has a sick person in his life. His wife has
Yes.
cancer. That has to mean a lot of bills.
Yeah.
Is that how he got involved? By being blackmailed into, hey, I'm going to pay you?
Which is why it recontextualizes, if that's true, that conversation he had on the phone about protecting his wife.
Right.
Because in that case, yeah.
Like, yeah, she's take care of my wife, as in keep
Right.
paying for her bills.
Right. Which would also seem to indicate that she's not, in fact, dead and not a reviver as well.
I mean, we haven't heard from her in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to anymore.
No.
But, yeah, if that's like the shtick, is I'm going to recruit people to help me because I'm going to offer to pay for their sick relatives, that tracks. That's also how Aaron got involved.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
And then we have Brent.
Yes.
Okay, we know for a fact he planted the evidence. We know he had a text exchange with Aaron about the car, and I already talked about this. I think it probably was about him finding the shirt. And we know that he got involved because of money to pay for his mom's bills.
Right.
We do not know, though, if he was involved prior to planting the shirt. We don't know if that was his first act or not.
Okay. Yes.
So we don't know if he was involved in Rose's kidnapping or death in any way. Like, did they involve him after that?
Right.
when they needed the shirt planted, or was he already part of it?
Right.
We don't know. But we do know for sure he killed Jesse, he killed Aaron,
Yeah.
and he tried to kill Dana.
Yes.
We also have no idea if he was involved in M in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So we don't know. Yeah, those things. But yeah. So we're not totally sure of the total involvement of Brent in this whole thing.
Right. So my next question is, okay then, who is Animal Mask? The only thing we know for sure is it's not Aaron.
Yeah.
Because they were there at the same time, and M seen his chest.
Right. We could reasonably assume that it's also not Blaine.
Well, I feel like they're trying to make us think it's Blaine.
Right.
They definitely are. Because...
Which makes me think that it's not.
Blaine's doing ritualistic shit with his cult.
Yeah.
This is some ritualistic shit happening in Moore Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Stigmata Boy, they be trying to make us think, oh, it's not just his hands, it's this mark on his chest.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I definitely think they want us to think it's Blaine.
Right.
Jesse thinks it's Blaine. They all think it's Blaine. M thinks it's Blaine at this point, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I want to think that they are pushing us to think it's Blaine, but that's a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you seem pretty convinced it's not Blaine.
I'm pretty convinced that it's not.
But I feel like they want us to think that.
Mainly because they're pushing so hard at Blaine.
Right.
And plus that little bit of, evidence and Run Along Little Lamb when he was surprised by Anne's death.
Yeah, I don't think it's him, but I think they want us to think it's him.
Yes.
And all the other characters think it's him at this point.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the other people that exist. Is it Brent? Probably not.
Right.
We know he was brought in about medical bills.
Right.
McCrae?
We don't know.
We don't know much about McCrae.
Right. We don't think he's the big bad. We think
could be. These are. Here's other characters that exist that could be this man, and that's assuming that Animal Mask is the big bad. Like this could be a whole nother character.
Right.
Could it be McCrae? I don't think so. He's pretty dumb.
Yes. But
if we're suggesting Brent and McCrae set up Jesse's escape for possibly killing him, was your idea?
Yes.
Could be he's involved
in some way.
Way.
In more than we
could he be?
Yeah.
I mean, he could be.
Of course.
Okay. Fitzpatrick, the cop that we know nothing about. We've met him twice. He exists.
Played by
Deputy Fitzpatrick's played by Jimmy McKinney, who is in our Facebook group.
And who just recently friended you.
He did. He sent me a friend request.
So it's quite possible that we could be talking to McKinley at some point.
So, should he be on our suspect list? This cop we know nothing about. Just because we know he exists, could be that he exists for a reason.
Right. Yes.
All right. The other cop we know exists is JP.
Yeah.
Who we've trusted. And the fact that we were told in this episode everybody trusts him makes me want to not trust him.
Right. Okay.
So he's a suspect now to me, to being involved in something. Here's my best guess as somebody that's involved.
Yes, I've heard this theory.
Lester.
Yes.
Lester's just kind of in the background. We're kind of like, oh, he's just that kooky old man. But...
Played by the legendary Peter Millard.
Yes. Lester... the night that M died, what Blaine told us his reason for being there was that he was called to tow a car off of Lester's property.
Yes.
So presumably Lester is who called Blaine to move a body. Why do I keep saying that?
I mean, technically that is correct.
Well, no, this is the night M died.
Okay.
There's no body the night M died.
So
because she ended up in the falls.
Right.
But that may have been the plan before that happened.
To put her in the trunk, but then
something changed.
Right, something got screwed up.
Losing my voice. So, yeah, Blaine named Lester that this happened on Lester's property. Like we're being told the bridge is right near Lester's property.
Right.
Because Blaine was going to get a car off Lester's property. A lot of stuff keeps happening on Lester's property.
Mm-hmm. So
it was Lester's property where the shooting happened.
Yes.
It was Lester's property where the horse was found. I don't think that's related, but the idea is Lester's got land.
Yes.
Lester's rich. He's got a lot of land. We're talking about land disputes. Maybe it's not the Abel family. Maybe it's Lester.
Not to mention the fact that he was also the one that pointed the finger at Brent.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was my next point.
Yeah.
The whole reason the police department learned Brent was the shooter is because Lester came in with this very specific knowledge about a flashlight, which of course instantly made Wayne go, "Oh, it's a cop."
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of being just thrown out that, oh, Lester's just like weird and knows these techie things.
Right.
But could it have been very intentional that he was not telling him, "Hey, I know it's a cop," but making him go, "Hey, it's a cop"?
Right.
Could he have been like tying up that loose end of getting rid of Brent, who he had hired?
First rule of assassination: kill the assassins. Maybe basically Peter, or not Peter. Lester had set him up to basically get killed.
I mean, whoever the big bad is, had told Brent to kill Aaron. So we got rid of Aaron. Now we're getting rid of Brent.
Right, tying up loose ends.
Yeah. I suspect Lester. He's my biggest suspect of who is Masked Man or involved in some way.
Right.
Being like some mastermind of this.
Gotcha.
To what end, I have no idea.
Right.
Maybe it's about the land in Rose's case. I don't know how that would tie to M.
Maybe he's just a whack job who's running a cult.
Oh, I had this theory earlier, and I forgot because it's not in my notes, but I just thought of it again. I said this to you earlier. Maybe he's like trying to steal their youth or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's something ritualistic happening at Moor Creek with killing these girls. And he's, we were told his age in the first episode. I want to say 74 or 84. We were told his age specifically. And he's supposedly like this health guru, and he runs the fitness class, and he writes books about like self-health something, right? He's trying to tell everybody how to be healthy. But is the secret he's stealing their youth, or thinks he is, or is doing rituals for that purpose?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. My next suspect, probably very unlikely, but Jordan's dad, another male that's on our call sheet, Mr. Borchardt. And one reason I could lean towards him is that actor, Zachary Bennett, in the episode he was in, was listed as a guest cast, not an end credit.
Okay.
But Mrs. Borchardt was end credit. Yet they were both in the same one scene.
Interesting.
So I was thinking, does that mean he is going to come back and actually be something more than that one scene? Like, why would he have... I mean, they could just be something completely not canon related, but why would he have a different credit level than the wife when they both appeared in one scene together?
Okay.
And we could count lines. Is it because he had more than 5 lines and she didn't? Could be. But it also could be because we're going to see him again.
Maybe.
And this is probably total coincidence, but I thought it was interesting. When I was looking up Wausau, there was a list on Wikipedia of famous people from Wausau. And one of those people, it has the name Borchardt.
Oh,
so this is an actual name of a notable person from Wausau. There was a Ronald Borchardt on the list. He was a notable pharmaceutical chemist from Wausau. He actually just died a couple of weeks ago at the age of 81.
Okay.
So I don't think they're suggesting this is him, but I feel like, oh, did that name come from like this actual family from Wausau?
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's probably a coincidence, but it felt like, oh, that's an unusual name, and suddenly that's a real name from somebody notable from the town.
Okay. I'm actually thinking it's probably not a coincidence that the name was used.
Well,
it was probably in the comic.
It was probably in the comic.
And then the comic.
I mean, here's the thing, for TV, the disclaimers, these are not based on real people, fictional events. Don't want anybody getting sued. I'm not trying to suggest that they're trying to implicate that this person is somebody that's, this terrible person.
Right.
Because we don't like Jordan's parents, right?
Right. No.
So I'm not saying that they're doing that. But maybe the influence from that name did come from somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just the name. But I don't know. Pharmaceutical chemist. Could that mean something about a family having to do weird ritual things?
It could. Maybe they created a thing that revived people.
Maybe. I mean, that's the other thing, is how does this frickin' relate to revival?
Right.
2 more names on my list. Principal Kruger.
Okay.
We met him twice. Probably not him.
Right.
Probably
Though
not
it'd
him.
give us a reason to talk to him.
I mean, we're in the works with
Right.
Liam McNamara to talk to him anyways, but I don't know. Could he be something? We know he doesn't like revivers.
Right.
I don't know. Could he come back? And then literally the Naked Reviver is the last person on my list. Naked Reviver, oh, do I have his name? Who was played by Zachary Bullinger, also was the Masked Man.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
literally.
Right, okay.
Literally in that scene, the same actor played him.
So that would indicate
He was
that...
credited as Masked Double.
Right.
And I think it was just a matter of, like, hey, we're going to put somebody in the scene. But
Well,
could it literally be that they're the same character? That Naked Reviver, whose name we don't know, is Masked Man. It's a character we don't have a name for yet, but we've seen.
That would seem to indicate
Oh,
that...
no, wait, I just broke it.
Well...
He didn't have something on his chest when we saw Naked Reviver. We saw him naked. Duh, we've seen his chest.
Okay.
I just broke it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my theory was like, hey, is this the same person?
Well, do we see him very clearly?
I thought we saw his chest pretty clearly.
Maybe
we should go back and look at that scene.
Right, just to see Naked Reviver.
Let's go look at Naked Reviver. Does he have a symbol on his... Maybe he does have a symbol on his chest, and we just missed it because wasn't important.
That would seem to be a worthy thing to use my time on, is looking at Naked Reviver.
I mean, we know exactly where it is. It's like 2 minutes into the first episode.
Yeah.
So my theory to put him on the list was he would have obviously had to have died the same night. So he would have killed M or whatever the heck's happening at the creek. Then he died, was brought to the morgue, and then revival happened. I mean, all that would have had to have happened for this to literally be the same character.
Right.
But I don't think he had a mark on his chest.
No.
But that could have been funny. If, like, hey, by the way, this random credit for Naked Reviver is actually the bad guy all along.
Yep.
So that's every male that's been in the list that we couldn't eliminate for some other reason, like race.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's not.
Maybe it's Rhodey. You didn't bring him up.
I didn't bring him up. No, but I don't think it's him.
No.
I didn't bring... So those are the males I didn't list was other revivers.
We've never seen Wayne's chest.
I'm pretty sure it's not Wayne.
Probably not.
My guess is Lester. If it's somebody we know. It could obviously be like somebody we don't even know.
Yeah,
that was a really long tangent.
Yeah.
The only other... Well, I have a couple more things I want to talk about quick, but what are they doing? What's happening? Why are they doing this, Animal Mask Dude?
Don't know.
Some kind of ritual. It involves girls in Moore Creek.
Yeah.
These happened 2 years apart.
Girls about the same age.
Was there another girl on the year in between? Or is it something they're doing every 2 years? But if it's something we're doing every year, we're missing a whole girl, a whole case.
Right.
Possibly. Does this have something to do with Revival Day?
Yeah.
I mean, we're told Moore Creek is the source. We've seen a creature come out of Moore Creek. Right. So it feels like whatever ritual they're doing either directly caused or is somehow related to Revival Day.
All right, but if they did that ceremony 2 years ago with Rose, then...
Something went wrong.
Right, so...
Or was there a revival 2 years ago and nobody even knew about it?
Perhaps.
Or something went wrong with Rose that went right with M. Or something went wrong with M, which is what caused revival.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And this wasn't their intention, but it was a side effect.
You know, come to think of it, if there were a Revival Day 2 years ago, maybe...
Their mom's alive?
Yeah, and just in hiding somewhere.
I mean, I'm looking at Under the Dome. Mom died 2 years ago, but she's still alive. We've done that story.
Yes, we have. Different circumstances, but yes.
Why was Rose's body hidden in a trunk, but M's was just left in the water?
Yeah.
See, there's something changed. Something was different.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about Revival Day? Was their goal to cause Revival Day, or was that the opposite of what they wanted to happen?
Right.
And is it about Rose? I mean, no. Is it about M? I have a wild theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't think this is true, but wild theory time.
All right.
Patty Cypress, the mom.
Yes.
Did she make some sort of deal with some kind of entity or spirit world to protect M?
Okay.
Which, like, when she was born, her miracle baby has all these problems. M was born in water. She died in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Something about the mom did something. The mom who was all woo-woo into this stuff, right?
Yes.
Did she do something? some ritual herself or make some pact, Rumpelstiltskin style, you know, that led to when M died, she was saved in the form of Revival Day.
So everybody else was just
along for the ride.
Gotcha.
Dana thinks M is special and different from the other revivers.
Yes.
She thinks she's the only one with healing powers.
We have no evidence of that, but yes.
And we know that she was probably the last one to die. Like, she died that night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a 2-week period, but she died and then we revive.
Right.
So is it something Mom did that has something to do with M specifically that caused all of this? Or was it the ritual of killing her? Or did they just kill the wrong freaking person and it caused reviving?
Interesting.
But there's something there.
Yeah.
Some relationship between M and the creek and the dude with the mask. And
well, based on the episode description, we're going to find out in a couple episodes.
We're definitely going to find something out.
Yes.
And I can't wait to find out. Because we honestly have no idea. Like, this isn't us just faking it. We've only been given 8 episodes. We do not have episodes 9 and 10 in our possession yet as of the time we're recording this. And it's killing me because I want to know what happens next. Slightly less wild theory, but still a pretty wild theory. Could Blaine secretly be Rose's father and not Jesse? Jesse doesn't know.
Okay.
And that's their relationship, is Rose found out, has some relationship with her real dad, but doesn't tell Jesse, obviously, because she doesn't want to hurt him.
Rose's mother also died?
Rose's mother's dead. We don't know when or why or how.
So that's also another connection between Rose and M.
Oh, yeah, they have dead moms. Absolutely. Could be. Could their moms have been killed as part of whatever this is, why they were chosen?
Yeah.
But no, her mom's the one who it's the land deeds, right?
Yes.
So, like, is it possible Jesse's not Rose's dad?
Oh,
And it could be
a secret affair.
Could be Blaine, yeah.
And maybe that's why you'd be offended at the suggestion that they had some kind of romance.
Exactly, because it's his daughter.
Right.
We're told she's half his age, which lines up that it could be possible.
Yes.
I'm putting that theory in my back pocket.
Okay.
And the only other thing I wanted to mention, and I just added a note here because it didn't come up when we were talking, is just real quick, I want to reframe, like, Nurse Darlene, now we know she was close with Brent.
Yes.
Like, she was the captain of the team. He was the star player of the team. They were together every freaking day bowling for 7 years. Just think of that when we reframe thinking about what happened in the hospital.
Yeah.
The day that she gives Dana the pterodactyl shot, and then Dana beats the shit out of Brent, kills him on the spot, and Darlene's probably the person that walked in and found his body under that TV.
That's sad.
That's, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Darlene is going to join some cult after this experience.
Yeah, probably. She definitely doesn't like her day job, that's for sure. She was complaining about it quite a bit in that one episode that we saw.
She was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I can't do this anymore.
And that was before
she
Brent
wants to go be a professional bowler.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was close with Brent.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brent died in that
gruesomely
in her room there.
Right. Head smashed in and everything.
And then, like, also to find out that Brent's a killer.
Yeah.
Like, this is some shit for Darlene.
Right, unless she was also somewhat in on it.
Maybe she's in on it, too. Who knows? Maybe she's the big bad.
She's the big bad.
She's not the masked man, but maybe she's controlling it all.
Right.
Yeah, definitely there could be a female head honcho directing all of this. We have no idea.
You know,
should I make all the female suspects for next week?
This is 2025. Equality. Women can be villains, too.
Well, it's 2008.
Well, sure, but we are in 2025.
Okay, I think I covered a lot of things we didn't need to cover. But I'm just trying to, like, here's my murder board, right?
Okay.
Where we are going into these last 2 episodes.
Okay.
And again, I can't wait. I hope we get the screener, like, right this minute. I want it now.
Yeah, we have the email. It's there. Just kidding. I don't know. All right. You have anything else to say?
My throat can't handle any more words.
All right. We'd like to hear from you. What you think of this podcast? What do you think of Stacie's theories? Stacie, you reached at.
I can reach on Twitter, X, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at TV and Coupon Talk.
If you like this video and want to support the channel, there are a number of ways to do so. You can follow me on Twitter at Korman Productions. You can join the Korman Productions Facebook page. You can buy something from the Korman Productions store on Zazzle. You can buy me a copy. You can join the Korman Productions membership for 99 cents a month. And of course, you can like, share, and comment on this video as well as subscribing to the channel. This is Dave and Stacie from Korman Productions, signing off.